Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Friday, June 25th, 2021. How's everyone doing this afternoon? Another week practically in the bag for the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Friday and heading into another weekend, and let me tell you, last few weekends, I swear, they've all been pretty bloody. The good news is most weekends always seem to come out by midweek of the coming week. We always seem to kind of come back out of it, but it does make me think, this weekend going to be another bloody sell-off? Of course, we flirted with seemingly death on the Bitcoin chart just last weekend. Things have worked out decently well, but now a bit of a reversal, and we're heading back down. So of course today, one of the main matters we're going to attempt to cover in today's show is going to be what comes next for Bitcoin. Can our analysts plot and project a route out of this weekend? Is there some bloody carnage to come? I'm going to discuss all this and more on today's installment. As always, joined by two of the CC analysts here, Alex and Jason. Alex, you with us today? How you doing? All right, normal show. Alex kicking it in Florida again today. Good to have you back. All right, Jason. Jason. What's going on, buddy? Well, at least you snagged a single take profit on that 4 hour. Not all is bad, I guess. Certainly. Does it not give you some pause and maybe some thoughts about re-hedging here? Hedges back on. All right. All right. We'll certainly watch for that. Let's get into it, guys. You know how this 2 hours is going to unfold. We are going to, of course, cover everything from this intro. What's up? Can't hear us. Can't only hear you. That's very odd. Um, very odd. Very odd. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that.
Man, Twitch dead
I
today.
think I figured it out. Here we go. All right, guys, it's back. Sorry, another tweak was necessary. I got a new audio device, and I guess switching audio devices kind of threw OBS off. But we're back now. It's not just me. We've got the analysts with us as well. All right, so very briefly, just to hear their wonderful voices, Alex and Jason, everybody. Alex, give these guys another hello for us.
Hey guys, normal day today. I'm not. I guess I'm in a break between traveling. I'm now in Florida. I arrived yesterday, as you guys know. So today is just going to be a normal show for us. It's the standard 2 hours, and then by Monday I should be in PR.
Beautiful. All right, I know who to crash with once I get to PR myself. And Jason, of course, let's let them hear you as well.
Now I forgot everything that I had just said.
3-bar reversal.
But no, looking like this is one of the importance of separating your personal bias on what you think is going to happen from your trading strategies, because we popped up, hit that TP1 on that 4-hour position, but then completely reversed. I mean, I know I've been real bullish on like thinking that everything was going to expand from here, but we got rejected. I mean, then yeah, back to the 3-bar reversal. We've been talking about those a lot in the group here lately. And if you look at the daily, man, like it looks like a classic 3-bar reversal on the daily right now. So things are looking pretty shitty right now.
Yeah, and it only
sellers have taken control.
Yeah, the selling. Yeah, the bears are in control. The selling only seems to be mounting from the looks of it. We'll see how things pan out. Maybe even get some carnage live on the stream for you guys today. Whether or not you want to hear it, it just might be what's in the cards. All right. Here's how the show is going to unfold over the next 2 hours. We're going to, of course, cover the intro, go from the news into a quick scan of bubbles as well as the majors, some recent price action. And, of course, we're going to get into the main analysis. Alex will take you through a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and probably a lot of the majors. And, look at the traditionals, as always, a macro overview of all things markets. Fielded by Alex, of course. By the second hour, we're going to get into your chart requests, guys. Stay tuned for that. If anybody, of course, didn't get their chart request in yesterday, be sure to post it nice and early today. We'll certainly get your request up on the board for that second hour of the show. Finally, we're going to wind it down, and we'll check the results of the poll. So we'll get to that poll in a little bit and then check its results toward the end of the show. All right. Oh yeah, and the chest opening, of course, as always. D-Live users stand by. Going to open that chest an hour, 45 minutes into the show, so about an hour and a half-ish from now. All right, let's dive into it. Let's get into the price action. Let's take a look at my chart, featuring some of the CC proprietary indicators. Here is a look at Bitcoin, currently tumbling hard, and if it closes anything like this, full close below the baseline, it is it's looking well, it's bouncing up a little bit just now, finally back over 32k.
Remember yesterday when I said it never happens that we close on one side and then back on the other side and then back on the other side of the baseline, Kellner?
Never say never, baby.
Yeah. Oh well.
Live and learn.
Yeah, welcome to your new range.
Next time I'll be ready.
Welcome to your new range, everybody. Here is the lower 30s once again, but are we going to break through 30 for... let's see here. Did we clear? Yeah, we barely tapped over here. Will we hit 30 below 30 again on a Bitcoin this weekend, or is this just going to be the new range? Will this test the bottom of the range and Jericho to the upside? Fingers crossed. I would like to see some bullish appreciation somewhere to kind of rekindle many people's spirits in the space. But there you go, guys. It is Bitcoin currently at 32. Let's see the hourly view.
The hourly looks just bloody.
Man, the hourly is just like stair step down.
It's been a long time since I've seen that many hourly red candles in a row, man. Not even one green.
Yeah, very interesting pattern on the hourly. You can see how, yeah, about 12-ish hours ago we closed below the hourly. That was it. Yep, it certainly was. Yeah, Bitcoin just heading down, but maybe we will see a bit of a relief rally here, right here, over the course of the show. We'll have our eyes on it. All right, let's head into Ethereum real quick.
Good. Yesterday, you guys will remember, I was probably more bearish than everybody yesterday.
Yep.
It's just I wasn't feeling it. But now that we've had the downturn, if you my market analysis at the beginning of the week was that we could get like a strong relief rally. So I think that could still happen. It may not be over yet, but I think it looks like we're retesting the lows now.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility here. We're definitely testing the top of the trend down, but like I think right here where we are, the price where it is, like this is really got to be the test. Because if we break lower than here, I think that it's just open up the floodgates, to be honest with you.
We would
But I'm
definitely
with you.
go into a free fall if we broke below that area.
Yeah, like it's interesting. We're definitely in an interesting spot here.
Yes, indeed. And I think I've had enough of the lower 30s. It would be nice to see something that fakes everyone out, takes us up to the 40K range again. Seemingly we're not getting any of that. More weakness, not feeling it. Here's a look at Ethereum though. Let me reset my chart here. Yep, Ethereum looking even worse in many ways. $1,824 Ethereum. WADA negative momentum keeps building. Makes still below zero. Man, we're gonna have a bloody summer ahead of us if this continues. The dog days of summer are upon us, and it's certainly reflected in the price action. Droopy AF, I must say. All right, there's your $1,800 Ethereum check up. Let's look in at XRP, 62-cent XRP. Looks like we barely tapped the baseline yesterday, and continuation to the downside. Man, is all these charts going to look about the same? Here's a quick look at DOT. Certainly does look about the same. Although Minx is printing a take profit short on today's candle here.
Most everything was printed. It was yesterday.
Well, for God's sake, let this be the end. Let the signal. Hopefully this is one little sign that this could be the end of the selling. It could wander up from here. But we sure look like we're on the edge of a precipice here. More danger to come. Here's
we're flirting with disaster again.
Yep. Here's a look at Kusama, $180, and volatility rising. Man, what's to come next? Doge. Yes, Doge attempted a bit of a Bitcoin maneuver, but didn't really manage to even close above the baseline. Currently 24-cent Doge after waking up as high as 29 cents during the overnight session.
It's a shame we couldn't stay in that Doge short that I had on.
What about your Doge short?
It did end up working out.
Oh.
I thought it would, but we had one on last week, but when I looked again, we were actually inside of the Keltner channel, and I decided to pull the plug on it because it's just that's not what my system is, you know.
Yep. Here's a look at SHIB. I heard there was some SHIB news trending today. Apparently, the price responded as a result, but it got sold right into. Yeah, SHIB moved almost 25% in today's wick to the upside. Got sold into hard though. That news apparently had something to do with Elon Musk, of course. Elon Musk.
I think he's buying a dog and naming it.
You heard about that?
I don't know, somewhat black or something like that. Someone said it in the premium.
Yeah, I got the article. I'm gonna pull up here in just a second. We'll bring that into the news.
Like, how is that news? Billionaire buys a dog. Like, what?
Yeah, speculation rampant that he's gonna name it SHIB. Price goes up 25%. Incredible. What?
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's the market that we live in, guys. All right, let's
It's the real one.
let's get into the next segment. Let's see here. Gold mostly sideways, listing away. Dixie, same thing. Mostly sideways, kind of the inverse of that gold chart in the last few days. Here's Tesla. Tesla finally had quite a week on Tesla. It's finally pulling back a bit today. Tapped $700 and sold back down. Tesla currently at $674. Apparently the news of the Shiba pups didn't do much for Tesla investors today. All right, the QQQ pulling back just a touch. And Pirate Chain. I am looking for an entry on Pirate Chain, guys. I will let you know when we get into it. Here is the Pirate Chain KuCoin listing. Got sold into pretty good. Let's have a look at there's BTC. All right. Back at BTC, which means we can head into the next segment. It's a look at the bubbles. All right, well, about what you'd expect on a day like this, where Bitcoin puts in a big, nasty, engulfing red candle. Alts are getting battered as well. It's close to double-digit losses across every token here on bubbles today. Some outlier losers today include the likes of Phantom, down nearly 16%. Kusama down a similar nearly 16%. Synthetics 13% low. Matic 11%. Some of your favorites are among the list, and they're all down around 10%. One outlier.
But I didn't take the trade yesterday.
Well, unless you're shorting the crap out of the market.
I couldn't get any short signals. All I was getting across the board was take profit short signals. So
We managed to get one short signal last night. We put up a TFUEL USDT short.
that had to have played out.
The TFUEL must have hit. Let's see here. Where's TFUEL on this? On the bubbles. No TFUEL in the bubbles today, or is it hiding? So there it is. TFUEL down nearly 10% according to the bubbles calculation. 42-cent TFUEL. All right. Well, hopefully you had at least one take profit on your TFUEL short. Out of today's gainers, though, of course, we have Quant, QNT. I don't know what happened with Quant, but it's up nearly.
If I'm not mistaken, Quant is going to be listed on Coinbase Pro.
Oh, it got listed today.
It got listed today. Okay, it's a Coinbase pump.
Coinbase listing pump. Quant is up 25% today. All right. I'm not sure if it makes up for some of the recent sell-off experiencing market-wide, but there is always that. Like somebody said yesterday, when their alts are down 90%, they'll take any pump they can get. Even SHIB rounding out some of the gains today. Apparently SHIB still in the green today, thanks to, again, this SHIB meme and Elon yet again. All right, guys, there is your look at the bubbles today. Let's get into the next part, and this is going to be a look at the community poll for today. Let me see if I can't get this on screen. All right, this looks good. Let's expand this down just a touch. All right. Here is a look at today's poll, everyone. It is the following. Bitcoin begins to slump ahead of the weekend trading session. What sort of price action do you think the next 72 hours will bring? All right, what kind of price action are you expecting this weekend is the question. Here is the three possible answers. Bitcoin moves up in a big way. Bitcoin will go mostly sideways, and Bitcoin is going to dump with another wave of panic selling. Are you up, are you down, or are you neutral? Please
I choose mostly sideways.
Mostly sideways. All right, I'm going to refresh it and see what kind of responses we have. We already got 7 votes in, and mostly sideways is leading the responses right now. Let's get a few more votes in there, guys. In fact, let me, since I think I did screw up the first time I linked it, here we go. Here is a link in the live chat for you guys. If you need to take a look at the poll, please drop your response in there. We'll check in later in the show, probably towards the end of the show, to see how the poll is doing. Here's just a quick review of yesterday's poll results. We got a solid 68 votes in on yesterday's question, which of course had to do with Jason and I's sentiment. Do you think Bitcoin's setting up to post a major upside move in the next 24 hours? We thought maybe something magical would certainly happen with Bitcoin. A big green candle eruption. This poll, of course, was to see anybody here thought something similar. And so the answers were the following. Yes, we could see a massive melt up in Bitcoin any moment. Or no, the fake out's over. We're about to crash back down. Apparently, 57% of respondents were correct. If we're going to judge... Yeah, we're gonna check. If we're gonna judge it by the performance of the last 12 hourly candles, yes, we've mostly given back any gains. Yeah. So there's yesterday's poll. I appreciate everybody who contributes to them, including anyone who comments. Even dropping comments below always helps. This Gonzaga gentleman here says, when the majority says it's going down, I am certain Bitcoin will go up. Well, this is one counter trade that might not have worked out. But Mr. Ether also responds saying he's not sure, but is unhedged. All right, there is always that. There is your look at today's poll, guys. We are certainly going
Mr. Ether clearly following the strategy yesterday. We've been hedged, and now, unfortunately, here today, we're back underneath it.
Yes.
It happens, man. Like, I would like to have been hedged here too, but like, I can't really.
What's CME? Is CME still cleaner than standard Bitcoin?
I think.
We'll check in on CME relatively shortly, I guess. I'll be handing over the reins to Alex.
That's how I utilize my hedging strategy, is just only looking at the CME with the 75 hole.
All right, let's get into the news very briefly, and then we'll see what else is shaking in the space. All right, yes, sheep spikes 25% as Elon tweets about naming his dog. All right, was there any hint at all he'd name this thing Sheeb, though? I want to know, is this what the kind of strings that we have to go on today? Elon Musk has tweeted about naming his pup Shiba Inu Floki, which has sparked 25%. So he just got a Shiba Inu pup? He didn't even name this thing Sheeb?
That's the bullshit of it. He just got a type of dog.
Just
like that's
all right. I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he just got a breed of dog, and they're saying that's why it's so silly.
This is pretty pathetic.
It's getting too much.
Yeah, this space is pretty gassed out. If this is what it takes to pump token 25%. Not even a rocket. Not even a new moon lander named after the dog.
No.
Not a
millionaire black dog.
Yeah, not some new tunnel boring machine. Heading into the core of the earth. Nothing interesting. It's just, he got a new doggy for his daughter, and he might name it Sheeb, but probably won't. Price goes up 25%. Great. All right. In all seriousness, guys, let's get into this next piece. Japanese regulator issues a warning to Binance. Is Binance in trouble again? Binance must not serve Japanese customers without registering first, says the country's financial regulator. Let's have a look at the story here. Japan's Financial Services Agency has published a formal warning to Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange in daily trading volume. The FSA is Japan's financial regulator. A document addressed to CZ over at Binance warned the firm engaged in crypto asset exchange business without registration. In 2020, Binance announced it would phase out its service to Japanese customers, although the company is still yet to act on the pledge. Binance was previously found to be operating in Malta without a registration, and then in February 2020, the Malta Financial Services Authority iterated that the exchange had not filed a registration despite moving its offices to the island nation. The exchange has faced trouble with several other financial regulators in recent months. Back in April 2021, the FCA, England's conduct authority, expressed concerns after Binance opened tokenized stock trading. The regulator had concerns about whether the stocks could represent securities. According to other reports, Binance may also be under examination by the CFTC here in the U.S. for allowing American residents onto its website. However, the U.S. regulator is yet to make any formal charges. In May 2020, Japan enforced strict regulations for exchanges in an effort to prevent hacks and frauds. Under the FSA's regulations, all exchanges operating in Japan, whether domestic or foreign, must be registered. Exchanges are also required to submit annual reports of their business to the agency. Japan was the first Asian country that legalized the use of crypto as a form of payment in 2017 after amending its Payment Services Act. Despite embracing crypto, the country has witnessed several hacks taking place on exchanges like NATGAS and CoinCheck, resulting in billions in losses. FSA clarified it would enforce FATF's travel rules in March 2021. The rule requires exchanges to record information associated with the transfer of crypto assets above a certain threshold to prevent money laundering. To implement the rule, registration of all exchanges would be a top priority for Japan. Similar to Binance, the FSA issued a warning to Singaporean-based crypto exchange Bybit just last week for operating in the country without filing a registration. Yeah, and something similar happened here in Canada. I think Bybit also got a warning from the Canadian authorities. So, yeah, a bit of a crackdown on some of these exchanges that, dare I say it, operate in a bit of a legal gray zone. They're definitely
international waters.
Yeah, I mean, as seemingly legit as Binance is, it's amazing that its actual, the regulatory, its registration, so to speak, in a lot of these nations is kind of questionable at best. So, dominant player in the space, remains kind of a gray market operator. There is your look at that. Let's see here. Alright, give me just 1 second. Let's have a look. It's a pretty slow news day, so I have not queued up too much here.
Slow news day, like we're talking about a billionaire buying a dog.
Yeah, right? I mean, what
ridiculous.
It is, a little beyond, but it is, of course, summer, guys. It's the middle of summer. And it could very well be that, just like the price action, not a lot going on in the news. Let's have a look. Here's a little update on Bitcoin's difficulty, and we'll, of course, get into the next segment. I guess right about next 2-3 minutes. Jay-Z selling debut album NFT at Sotheby's. The artist Derek Adams has created an NFT based on Jay-Z's iconic debut album, Reasonable Doubt. Alright, I mean, I don't know if I need any Hove fans up in here. I certainly am. I owned the CD as a kid. Hard to think that 25 years later, the album art is now getting released as an NFT and auctioned off. Man, NFTs apparently one use of the tech that's actually gaining steady adoption. Let's see here. Nothing too consequential here. Let's see here. Iconic auction house Sotheby's. Today begins the auction of Jay-Z's commissioned NFT titled Heir to the Throne. Sean Jay-Z Carter, latest celebrity to join the NFT craze. Auction a one-of-a-kind.
He certainly knows how to make money.
Yeah, he certainly does. Let's see. Maybe you could throw some of that investment capital my way. But Jay-Z, of course, entertainment company founded by Jay-Z, created the artwork, blah, blah, blah. Yes, this auction house, of course, is a classic. And let's see here. Interestingly, Jay-Z's Twitter avatar now features a photo of Punk number 6095, leading to speculation he might have purchased the original NFT. It was last sold for 55 ETH in April. So Jay-Z has a MetaMask wallet. Does he have a MetaMask wallet? And is he buying NFTs on OpenSea?
Well,
let's see here.
I think crypto punks are so dumb.
What are they?
How dumb can they be? Jay-Z has it in his avatar. Here's
What's CryptoPunk? I'm like an old man.
CryptoPunks is like
That's what they look like. That's the full extent of the NFT. That image that you're seeing on the screen right fucking there. That's what he did.
CryptoPunks is the leading collectible in many ways in NFT land.
Yeah, and they're fucking dumb. Go show more pictures of CryptoPunks. That's not like this one is particularly bad. They're all just particularly unnoteworthy and boring. Let's see some more. Let's pull up some more CryptoPunks.
They're over here. This
There's
is what
one
they
of
look like.
6,039. It's just a bunch of 8-bit. We're going backwards in
They
history.
are.
Yes,
Here's
this
what
is.
they fucking look like. Yeah, here's what people are paying so much money for.
This
It's
is
dumb.
55 ETH.
It is still the dominant collectible, I feel, in the NFT space. Yes, over 10,000 unique collectible characters with proof of ownership stored on the Ethereum blockchain, the project that inspired the modern crypto art movement.
I like that one that looks like Jiraiya.
I like this one here. Looks like Doc Brown with a spliff in his mouth. I think that looks kind of cool.
What is that the one with the white hair?
Yeah. This is Doc Brown, bro.
It looked like Jiraiya from Naruto for a second to me.
I'm not really a Naruto guy, but I choose to think this is Doc Brown with a doobie in his mouth. So
You see one of the village people over to the right of Doc with the doobie. Two to the right.
Oh yeah. The guy with the police hat and the pipe.
Yes, I can see how that you see that as a village person.
Yeah.
I like this hoodied out gangster over here. This guy looks pretty mean. And here's Geordie LaForge in another instance with a top hat.
Geordie LaForge has had an unfortunate incident in the holodeck, and he's been merged with Abraham Lincoln.
There you go. We are officially. And someone should hire us. Maybe Jay-Z can hire us to fill in the backstories for all his beloved characters.
I can do that all day. Just make up shit.
Let's see here. Lowest priced punk currently available is 14 Ether. Wow, this is the cheapest punk. Yeah, and Jay-Z, balling out of control that he is, spent 55 ETH on...
How can they make these?
You'd have to be the guy who originally, floated the whole idea. You can't be Cyber or CryptoPunk number 2 to the list. There's only one CryptoPunk series, and this is it.
Paid $346 million off this shit?
Yes, and here's a look at Jay-Z's Twitter profile, just so you guys can see. Yes, this is the CryptoPunk in this thing. So these guys are embracing it. This part of the industry is certainly embracing NFTs. This is certainly.
You remember how when the iPhone first came out, there was this app where you could get a diamond on your screen. You paid $10,000. The name of the app was I Am Rich. That's what these fucking CryptoPunks are. They're stupid. Everybody knows they're stupid, but they're expensive because they're expensive, and people buy them so they can show them off like that because they're dumb.
I just want a piece of the game.
Digital collectibles, guys. Collectibles have been a thing, and now what's old is new again, this time with a fresh digital spin thanks to NFT technology. Don't be jealous because you're not Jay-Z splashing 50 ETH per crypto punk. Alright guys, that's pretty much all I really have for you today. Of course, here's a little check-in on Bitcoin's difficulty. Yeah, we have been following the news, of course, of major exodus of miners from China. Apparently the China crackdown's real this time, and Bitcoin's next difficulty adjustment certainly reflects it. This might be the biggest correction in the hash rate, in the difficulty in Bitcoin's history, according to this article. Might drop to early 2020 levels in no time as miners are abandoning China en masse. According to Dylan LeClaire of Monetary Consulting Team 21st Paradigm, the Bitcoin network is going to erase 25% of the difficulty after the next adjustment. Migrating firms who store reserves in Bitcoin are having to liquidate to cover expenses. Miners who are still on are seeing their margins squeezed. That's right. Yeah, I heard this idea floated this week as well. Part of the selling, part of the major selling we're seeing right now is miners moving what inventory they have left in order to free up the capital required to shut down operations, wind down operations, and potentially put them back online somewhere else in the world. But there is that. Miner-driven revenues kind of nosedive. Things are kind of troubled in the mining space. Equipment's being moved out of China, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we've covered where some of this equipment's heading, such as US and Kazakhstan. But at the moment, if you're wondering who's dumping, who's selling, what's all the trouble about in Bitcoin land, part of it has to do, of course, with the miners and their big exodus from China. Thankfully, even with the huge drop in the hash rate, blocks are still more or less being found on a timely basis. So there is that. As long as the network stays online, the remaining miners can keep finding blocks. Not all is lost. All right. There's your look at some of the news today, guys. Let's get into the last part of the intro, and that is, of course, the live chat, the live comments. Let's see who's kicking it with us this afternoon. Scrolling up now. Let's bring this video up here. All right, good. ANCAP Futures. ANCAP Futures over on YouTube was here first today. Shoutouts to you, ANCAP. 34 GOAT over on Twitch. Writes EO. Well, very good EO to you too. Rhino TD says evening all. Shoutouts to Rhino. Alex81SG. Happy Friday, everybody. Very happy Friday to you, Alex81SG. Yes, we fixed the audio at some point. Thank you guys for that. Yes, we have Crypto Bull 21 with us as well. ANCAP Futures, Florida Squad, Tampa Bound. All right. I wish we had a Florida squad. Our squad consists of a single member. Alex holding down the Florida front solo. Thank you. Ron Legato, got to get my birthday seniors discount on crypto today. Ron Legato, is it really your birthday today? Happy birthday, Ron Legato. Are you officially a senior? In what sense are you a senior? You just turned 40, or you just turned 65, or let us know, Ron Legato, if you're indeed the geezer that you're making yourself out to be. Crypto Bull 21, when the bull's away, the bears will play. Yeah, I feel like the bulls sold in May, and they kind of dipped for the remainder of the summer. When will the bulls come back? I beg you. Taz Blitz, good day all. All right, shout outs to Taz Blitz. Alex A1SG, filing that OKD 24K CME gap at least. Oh, filling that OKD. What's OKD? Old? Maybe he meant old. Okay, so filling that old 24K CME gap at least.
We got gaps down there for sure.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I do have my 24.9 limit order still open on Bybit. Looks like it might very well be tapped sooner than later. J. Alex points out the $9,600 gap or bust. Oof, that would be brutal. Crypto Bull requesting. All right, I'll get to that in a little bit. I see your request, guys. Hang tight. Let's see here. Mr. Ether, of course, is with us. Taz Blitz, Blackbird 987, Revolution writes, Hola, hermanos. Yes, a very big hola to Revolution. Zombieologist, what website is that in the background where alts are bubbles? That's cryptobubbles.com. Yeah. Oh, .net. Cryptobubbles.net, Zombieologist. Definitely a nice little resource to have. Open one of your tabs. Sheebs are the best. Yeah, I mean, they're super cute dogs, says Chico Blanco Verano. Yeah, I could use a pup one of these days. I think sheebs are on the list. I bet they're expensive, though. I'm betting they don't look like a cheap dog. Then again, most dogs where I am are all like, any decent ones are all like $1,000 to $2,000. So I don't know. The market for dogs is apparently booming where I am. That's what I've heard recently. Elon tweets about Sheeb. Sheeb pumps. El Salvador adopts Bitcoin. Bitcoin dumps into oblivion. The world is messed up, says Alex81SG. It certainly is, but if it's any condolences, Sheeb pumped momentarily and got sold into hard. So hope you took the opportunity to take some gains. Yes, .net. Thank you for posting that. Crypto Bull. Yes. Where do we VPN from now, he asks. Well, why? Were you VPNing from Japan? Time to switch it up. Try Switzerland. Revolution. Freedom is dangerous.
Greenland.
Chico, England. Chico Blanco Verano. Crackdown coming. Yeah, it kind of seems like it. Binance, Tether, Stable Act. Yes. Could be that one day. Hard is to believe the king player in the exchange game, Binance. Will Binance give up the ghost? Will Tether give up the ghost? Maybe. Somehow they've been around this long. We'll see what comes next. Revolution, I already mentioned. I bet the CryptoPunk creators don't feel dumb, says Blackbird. They made more money than any of us ever have, probably. They probably have to some degree. Yeah, we don't know how many times these CryptoPunks have changed hands. It's possible that they offloaded them for significantly less before the trend came up, and then most of them were already distributed. But yeah, I'm assuming they probably were well compensated. In my mind, MF, sheeple are dumb. Howdy y'all. All right, well, trying to be a sheeple, I guess. Let's see here. You trade what could be BTC for that, asks CryptoBull. Yes, some people probably traded damn good money for some of these CryptoPunks. I guess including Jay-Z. Valk Mike, this is bullshit. It's called art scams, says Rolo Maximus. In my mind, MF says Lincoln was scum. Rolo Maximus says just money laundering and ignorance, says in my mind, MF. Let's see here. Yes, lots of money laundering accusations here. Yeah, this could be, this is the world of fine art, high art. Indeed, some elaborate money laundering mechanic for the super rich. Indeed, I think the NFT art world has found its niche. In my mind, would never buy that, he says. ETH1 says, hi everyone. David Rice, hey all, better late than dead. Alright, well, you're here. A little late, but definitely not dead. Shoutouts to David. Anyword, love the volatility in the market, says Anyword. ETH1 lost 30 minutes. Only excitement I have left, I'm not sure. Howdy indeed. Elon Musk agrees to speak with Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey at a Bitcoin event. Didn't know anything about that. Anyword says he was too drunk. He passed out and woke up all red. Damn. Well, don't drink and trade. That is a good advice. Are we getting into some TA today? Yes, we're doing some TA. In fact, we're right about to get into it. Just going to shout out a couple more users, and we're about to kick it. Ron Legato clarifies it's his 53rd birthday. Well, happy birthday, Mr. Ron Legato. Still 53 years young. Hopefully your crypto investments haven't completely soured on you. You might very well still live to retire by 55, maybe. Freedom 55. Yeah, let's hope. Let's count on that for Ron Legato. Boris Bitcoin, thoughts on the continuation shorts on the following. All right, I'll add that to the request line. Hang tight. Finally, Roliaban, como estas amigos y amigas? We're doing good, thank you. Adam, I want to get Alex and Jason's view on the current seemingly Wyckofian accumulation. Right now it seems like we're having the test of the lows reached in phase B. Alright, well maybe we can have some thoughts on Wyckoff and how it relates to the current price action. Hang tight, I'll add that to the request line, assuming Alex doesn't go into it. And I see a few more requests, and alright, that's it. Gravy Grits and Greens joins us as well on Twitch. Gravy, good to have you back, Mr. Grits. He says Boomer in the house. Yes, I guess 53 kind of qualifies. It's pretty close to the line now. 53 I guess kind of qualifies as a Boomer. Yeah, I got to see what the Boomer cutoff is, but we'll look into that in another time. In the meantime, I do have to get into the next segment, and this is, of course, the TA, brought to you by lead analyst here at CC, Alex Pearson. Alex, if you could be so kind, go live, share your screen. And here we go. Alright guys, as always, you know what to do. Get your requests in. I'm going to collect as many as I can, put them in the request line. Here we go, connecting to Alex now. And we're in. Alex currently looking at the BTC USD on the 12-hour, so we are synced up. We are good to go. I'm going to get those requests in, and I'll be back in a bit. Alex, take it away.
Okay. So, as you can see, we just kind of moved back up and have retested our local point of control.
Stair step up, elevator down.
Yep. Currently, we can afford to close down in this area, but if we were to close below 30K, at that point we would probably break down in this area and unknown to where.
Yeah, I agree. A break below 30, like that's gonna be. I think we're gonna get into the mid-20s at that point.
Yeah, I wouldn't even hazard to guess where we would fall. I would just kind of move out of the way and wait to see where it lands. I know there's some people like, oh, I want to set limit orders. Fuck that. You won't catch me setting limit orders.
Yeah, because with that kind of expansion, even like 3x is gonna get wiped.
Yeah. So I saw one of our members talking about a Wyckofian accumulation pattern here. I mean, it looks vaguely like an accumulation. First of all, I don't really see an automatic reaction here, but I could see why you might be tempted to think this is a spring. But listen, dude, I gotta tell you, just because you see some accumulation taking place does not mean price is done dumping. Let's take a look at Bitcoin from back in 2019. We see distribution up here. We fall. We get this big reversal candle right here, and then we get some real strong accumulation in this area. As a matter of fact, if you were on our server at the time, I identified the accumulation taking on. We were long right away. We were long for this entire run up here. We actually thought we were gonna keep going up after we got down in this area, but look, there was accumulation here, and then boom, we still had another bottom to go afterwards. So there's such a thing as accumulation and then reaccumulation at an even lower level. So don't get married to like, oh, we must go up because there was some Wyckofian accumulation. Not so much, buddy. Not so much. So you see right here, we get this spring, higher low. We move up, boom, boom. So I would suggest to you, don't obsess so much over the fact that like, oh, it looks so much like accumulation, because it could be accumulation and then we still move down after like a quick move upwards, boom, just slam right there. So that's what I think about that, Adam. Don't obsess so much over the fact that it looks like accumulation. I don't have anything to say on Bitcoin right now. Things look bearish. It would be nice if we can close back above the daily baseline, then cool. Maybe we will be bullish here. But for right now, I don't really see it.
Yeah, lower time frame's looking ugly right now.
Yeah, and certainly we want to see more volume on a bounce, which is what I was saying yesterday. Let's see how buyers are kind of peeking out. Smaller and smaller buying amounts, and sellers step in. All the last 3 days of buying have just been eaten up. Like
erased in a second.
Yeah.
Thank God for TPs.
Yeah. Here on Ethereum, we never made it back over this area of support and resistance right here. So here, support, boom, 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 break below it, retested as resistance, rejection, and you see our lower time frame downtrend right here. So I would be keeping my eyes, I think, on this lower time frame downtrend for Ethereum. If we were to break this, then this would be like a nice trade back up to at least resistance right up here. See this area? That would be a pretty nice trade if we got it. But again, you would wanna wait for a break of this resistance level. Wouldn't be a bad trade. Very rough looking here. This almost looks like we're guaranteed to end up near 1500 here on Ethereum. Seeing Bitcoin dominance, kind of down today. I would just classify this as more sideways.
Yeah.
This is a bullish divergence right here, but this is this is a dominance, not price. So I'm not too concerned about bearish divergences. Just overall, it's just more sideways. Higher time frames are showing us that we're still bullish in the long haul. Kind of aiming for this area up here near 50%, 55% maybe. Uniswap perp is showing us that we're still in an area that is not bad to be looking for a reversal, right? We bounce here once. We reject from resistance. We come down in this area again.
Extend that trend line that you have out there.
What, this one?
No, that bottom one that hasn't gone. It's coming right up to it.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, if we're using the weekly, then this is the trend line. We'll look at the daily here, but yeah, I think my trend line was just too sheer. We broke below it here. That's what this was here. Bounce, bounce up, break below. So not fantastic. Well, at this point for Dragon Perp, this certainly looks like an area where we should be looking for a reversal soon. Maybe on one more leg down. 1, 2, and then bloop, 3. A little bit sideways, back up after we get a retest of the weekly trend. Potentially. DeFi perp hanging out inside of one of our buy zones. Certainly not a spot where I want to buy the reversal without some kind of confirmation, like a break of the downtrend or something here. Same for all of these. I just show me a broken downtrend of some sort, and I'll take that reversal. I totally think the market's kind of oversold in this spot. And you can see people want to buy in to push price up, right? People are like, oh, it's bullish again. Let me buy back in. You know, this is the spot. This is the spot. But until we break some downtrends, I'm not convinced.
Yeah, it's. I mean, with today's price action and coupled with all the downtrends, it's making it tough to be bullish right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of interested to see what traditional markets are doing right now. I don't really have anything to say about all the other all of the other perp contracts here because they're all basically the same, as you can see. Extended from our weekly trends here. Weekly trend. Weekly trend. Weekly trend. And we've broken below our more parabolic trends here. Here. So I see more downside for alts. Probably more downside than we'll see for Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of price absorption here on the Dixie.
I'm just watching this hourly close to see that this will be the first time I've I can remember that I've seen 15 hourly candles in a row negative.
Oh, like this?
Yeah. It's just impressive.
Especially because if you're on lower time frames, there's plenty of times where it looked like it was going to bounce and you got screwed.
Yeah.
This area right here. This one was pretty convincing, especially with this wick. I almost considered buying this spot. I was like, prove it. Break this downtrend. Break it.
It did.
12 hours giving us a sell signal here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the Dixie is kind of trading sideways, as you can see. I would classify it as relatively bullish here. 12 hours already crossed up. Daily is not quite there yet. All right, so if the Dixie is just basically sideways, I imagine that traditional markets are up a little bit. Dow Jones, oh, that's actually up a decent amount. It's a little over 0.5%. We're already back above the daily baseline. Man.
That's interesting.
It is interesting.
Especially with what's happening in the with Bitcoin.
Let's look at the weekly. I think this is okay. I think this is just a kind of a retracement after a strong sell-off. This could get sold into over the next couple of weeks. I am not necessarily convinced by this bounce on the Dow. Let's see the SPY. I know SPY was gapping up into a new all-time high yesterday, so I imagine it must be similar today. Yep. Gapped up to an all-time high today. This is pretty bullish here. This is encouraging. If the traditional markets bounce here, crypto can recover. Like that's like the whole. That's really what everybody's been most worried about. Is that if traditional markets collapse, obviously crypto will go with it. But if people are back to making money on traditional markets, then there's going to be a lot of money continuing to flow into crypto. It'll go up. It'll have to. Then I imagine the QQQ is down today. It's very interesting.
It's been kind of leading the charge here.
Yeah. On the other hand, Jesse Stein would consider this to be a place to sell because we have 3 higher highs. 1, 2, 3.
Kind
of the reverse. Well, yeah. It's interesting. We'll see what happens here. Let's take a look at commodities just a little bit. I was thinking we could find some support here, but right now it more looks like we're finding a whole bunch of resistance. So this area right here, what is this? Is this accumulation? Is this distribution? Clearly, someone is doing some buying or selling inside of this order block that we've had marked out, right? Look at that. They're just getting pushed back and forth through the same price level while someone fills their bags, one way or the other. So on the daily, it looks like we're being sold into because of all these wicks to the upside, right? Price moves up, seller step in. Price moves up, seller step in. Price moves up, seller step in. Seller step in. Price moves up, seller step in. So that's like day after day after day. This is happening here in this spot. But arguably, you could say, okay, maybe another way to look at it is there's so many buyers here at the support levels. Even though sellers are stepping in, buyers are managing to hold this up. Continue to do so. The price can't go down, then we must go up. So I would rather see more of a movement off this level before I did anything with it. Silver continues looking really bad. Stay out. Or short it. Palladium, I would classify this as an opportunity to get into a short if you had previously missed the opportunity. So this area is our weekly resistance. Here you see its resistance here, support here. We want to get short as close to 2,700 as we can in expectation of a further move down here on for Palladium. And then if we close the weekly back above 2,700, so see this weekly resistance, then we'd be like, okay, I was just wrong here. But most likely we're going to want to take this to the downside. Something like that. Oh my God, how does he do that?
Buy here.
How did he do that a month in advance? Oh my God. I'm telling you guys, technical analysis, it's real and it's spectacular. I also, if $1,000 does not hold this time, I think I'm now expecting a move back down to this point of control.
Yep. Pray to the old gods and the new.
Yes.
Yes. Indubitably.
Oil still rising here. This is what we've been expecting ever since we broke above this resistance level at around $70 or so. Lots of fighting here in between 60 and 70 because U.S. oil is only is currently only profitable above $60 a barrel. Obviously, there are international entities that do not want U.S. oil to be profitable because it takes money out of their pocket. For now, I think we're still targeting $75, $80, kind of this resistance area up here over the long term. Resistance here, or sorry. Yep, resistance, and this is where we're targeting again. Resistance. So, $80 and $85 are our next targets, I would say. Corn. Told you guys a few weeks ago to get out of corn. And here you go. As you can see, we did finally break below our uptrend. I see plenty more downside here for corn. This is good for food prices.
Cheap food.
Cheap food. The Fed was right. It's all transitory, guys. You can see it on the charts. Look at that.
How's soybeans doing?
Well, first, natural gas. And natural gas is a go, I would say, especially if we can make it above $3.50.
I think you can take that to the highs.
Yeah. If we can close above $3.50, I would be taking it back towards $4.75, $5. There's plenty of room to the upside here. As you can see, that natural gas has previously been $10, $12. So this is not unheard of and not necessarily an unreasonable place to be looking to take it from right here. I would love to see some kind of higher time frame, higher low. We look on the monthly here. This is almost kind of like a spring on the monthly.
Yeah.
I do really like this to take it all the way back towards $5. Definitely. Natural gas is turning up really strong here, I would say. Oh, God, soybean.
Yeah. That's what I was expecting.
I mean, really, the monthly doji was just trying to get out here. This reversal candle.
Poor farmers.
So we've been expecting this ever since the high back around $15 when we could not make a new high.
I wonder how well the moon cycles work with food things like corn and soybeans and stuff like that.
Probably not as well as you would think, since they take a while to get out. I mean, they're more on like 3-month, 6-month cycles than 1 month.
Yeah. I just think it'd be funny. Some guys out there just nailing it with the moon cycles.
Mostly sideways on sugar. I don't see anything obvious to do with it. Wheat down. I think we'll probably continue to see more down, most likely to follow corn and soybeans here. Aussie economy down today, still at resistance. China, we are getting a movement off of this bottom like we were discussing yesterday. I think this is a good place to look for follow through. Whoops, what the hell? Not super obvious here what's happening with France, but we are underneath resistance, so that's positive if you're expecting downside on this.
Yeah, so.
Hong Kong is sort of finishing up this triple bottom pattern. We were looking at this yesterday as a potential inverse head and shoulders, but because this is actually like a little deeper on the left-hand side, this would not meet our criteria for an inverse head and shoulder. But this is still kind of like a very bottomy looking triple bottom pattern here. So I'm still expecting more upside here on Hong Kong, at least to maybe 30,000. Interestingly, UK is back above support. We're still at resistance, but showing some strength. India is right at resistance. I think this is telling us to get the fuck out. I mean, we were already looking for a pattern completion of this inverse head and shoulders, which we got here. Now we're stuck below resistance. Look at this. How many days we've been below this level? Boom, 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 boom.
And now under the baseline.
Yeah, we're not gonna break it. We're just not gonna break it. It's pretty clear. So I'd be getting out. Japan, more sideways. Not very spectacular looking. Netherlands showing a little strength, at least yesterday. We're still at resistance here. Singapore's at resistance. Taiwan at resistance. UK bonds are hanging around support. Oof.
That doesn't look good.
US 10-year Treasury bonds are showing a very distinct rejection from resistance here. I would want to take this back towards the bottoms now. US 2-year continues falling off a cliff. This is something the Fed has much more direct control over. Same with 5-year. This is Russell 2000. Back at resistance here, and much more bullishly postured than it was the last time we approached resistance.
Bye.
Yeah, when you look at this on the 3-day, this is actually looking like it's showing some strength. Come up to resistance, retest our point of control. Boom, right back up towards resistance. Let me at him. I want to break this resistance. Come on.
Let me at him.
Let me at him. He's like Scrappy Doo.
I'll hold you back, Alex.
Yeah, and with the S&P making new highs, oh, 10-year, 30-year Treasury bonds here, rejecting from resistance. This is linear resistance, log resistance. Where am I getting this line from? Why did you draw this line, Alex? Okay, it's linear, I think. Anyway, I think it's clear to me that we have gotten this rejection on lower time frames from resistance. Much like the 10-year and the 20-year, I'd be looking for a retest of maybe the point of control, maybe support here. But we do seem to have rejected from several different resistances. Horizontal resistance here, trend resistance here. It's interesting. Okay, well, if bonds go down, that means stocks could go up, right? That's how it works. Stocks and bonds are inversely correlated. We do see we saw S&P 500 make a new all-time high today. NASDAQ is lagging a little bit, but when we looked at Tesla and Microsoft earlier in the week, those had strength. The Russell 2000 is suddenly stronger. The market doesn't look as bad as it did last couple weeks. I feel slightly less bearish today, even though Bitcoin is making new lows. That is fine. Like, the market is always darkest before the dawn. If Bitcoin making new lows today does not mean that next week we can't be making new highs on Bitcoin. That's just
right.
Yeah.
And that's actually one thing I was thinking about too, just in the sentiment of whenever you do get those big moves, it always just seems just dreadful right before it. So maybe 15 down candles in a row could do it. I don't know.
Yeah, and keep in mind we could end up doing something. Well, let's go back to Bitcoin since we're on the topic. I've said all I have to say on commodities and foreign markets for right now. We were previously looking at no, don't do that. We were previously looking at this area right here. So we came down, retested the lows, started to come up, and then boom, flushed it out. And then we came up, flushed those people out.
There's that Jericho.
Yeah, and then we came down, flushed those people out, and then we came up and flushed those people out, and then we came down and flushed those people out. So, because everything was like, there's a lower low up here, then we made a higher high, and then lower low, higher high, lower low.
Yeah, just a mess.
Yeah. So here we retest the lows. Now here on the 3-day, we are back inside of this area. On the daily, we're back inside of this area. Maybe this is just another opportunity to buy 31. I want to see reaction off of this bottom, guys. I don't want to catch this knife.
Yeah, because if it doesn't get caught, it's gonna get real ugly.
Yeah, precisely. You know, there's once we're underneath support, there's not a lot protecting us anymore. Why don't we go ahead and look at chart requests? I think I've said all I have to say here.
Yep, absolutely. Got some requests already prepared for you guys. Gonna get right into that briefly. Really quickly, we can probably cover this question here coming from the Jay Glover over on YouTube. What exchange are you guys using to buy futures? I think this was in regards to the commodity markets you were looking at. Alex, what's the preferred platform for you to trade your futures commodities on?
Well, I mean, you basically can't trade futures commodities in America. So I mostly don't trade that stuff. I use Owanda for Forex, and sometimes I can get exposure to gold and stuff, FTX, PAX, G, Perp, and stuff. But mostly Mostly I don't. Mostly I'm just looking at them to get a sense of what the market's doing, and I can't trade these things.
All right. Hopefully that covers the Jay Glover's questions. Sorry, we could not recommend a particular platform for you, but I'm sure some cursory Googling might reveal that. All right. In that case, so let's get into the request line. I've already got a few lined up, like I said. Let's hide this and reveal today's first request. It comes from Alex81SG. We might have already covered the topic of the CME gap, but he asks, filling that old 24K CME gap at last? Question mark. Yes. Again, you did look at the CME already, but he's inquiring as to 24K on the CME gap. I mean, if we dump here, I can imagine that will be one of our destinations. 24, 25K.
Yeah, I mean, if it could go down, it could keep going down, sure. Like I said, if we break 30K, I have no speculation on where it will land. Zero. I don't know.
All right. Let's get in.
I don't even want to speculate, because I'll be wrong.
All right. Excuse me. Let's have a look at Crypto Bull 21. He wants to look at Polkadot, all three pairs he asks. That would probably be .BTC.ETH, .USD.
Okay. .USDT, it looks like every other USDT pair. Down versus ETH here. I don't particularly see any reason that you'd be that interested in this. Looks even worse here. Yeah, the way I see it is you should be just like out of DOT. You should probably be out of alts.
Yeah, I haven't been paying much attention to them with the way Bitcoin's been moving.
Yeah, so I look at, the USDT chart is what it is. Like every alt USDT chart looks like that. And then Bitcoin, you can just see we're just like totally topped out. We broke underneath support. Maybe we can come back up here and retest this area, but then we'll break down further. We don't have to go straight to hell here. Maybe DOT could move up a little bit. Retest.
We don't have to go straight to hell.
We'll have to just go straight to hell. We can take a detour, but we're going there.
Make a pit stop at a 7-Eleven.
Well, what's next?
All right, there's a look at Polkadot and some of the various pairs for Crypto Bull 21. What do we have next? All right, I have the following on the line. It's going to be HBAR for AJ, the YouTube chat. The DERO hash graph. As for the DLive users, hang tight to opening that chest in 25 minutes.
Looks probably worse than even some of the other stuff we've been looking at. I see no reason to be in this as long as we are holding this downtrend. If we break the downtrend, sure. But it doesn't look like we're going to. I mean, look at higher time frames. It just keeps getting more bearish. And for right now, until we get some sort of any kind of bullish movement, which we haven't had, I don't want it. What's next?
Yeah.
All right, there is your look at hash graph. Let's get into the next request. Who do we have here? All right, it's Boris Bitcoin at DLive. He writes the following: thoughts on the continuation short for the following. All right, Maker and Monero. So let's start with Maker. Question pertains to continuation short.
No.
It's a continuation short. I just feel like at this point we're starting to maybe short the bottom. When it's like continuation short 1, continuation short ish 2, 3, no thanks. Once we start getting down here, I don't want it. Yeah, maybe there is more downside, but I don't want it at this point. Not without a significant bounce that we can short, you know, which we don't have. Shorting a bounce up here, cool. Shorting a fake out bounce off of support here and then break down below the support, okay. But this isn't much of a bounce to short from. I just don't see it. I imagine what you're telling me is the XMR short looks basically the same. Yeah, I don't want it. This one is more of an initial short, though. So we kind of get our initial short signal right here, and we're still laboring under that. We never really crossed. Oh no, we did kind of cross up here. Yeah. I guess the XMR short looks better than the maker short because we've broken below this uptrend here. But I still don't. I mean, the whole market is basically trading together right now, so I don't know. I'm not super impressed with it. I probably won't be putting it up. What's next?
All right, about to get into the next request. Going to cover a very good response here from Boris Bitcoin, who does clarify how to trade some of these commodities through futures. He writes, you can trade commodity futures through the CME on most retail brokerages like Thinkorswim, Interactive Brokers, Tasty Trade, etc. All right. To who was it that was asking? I can't recall off the top of my head who was exactly asking how to trade some of these commodity markets, but there you go. Boris Bitcoin comes through with a response. All right, get next one.
Yeah, see, for right now, the shorts that I want, I don't want to short stuff that's like already down a whole bunch. That's one of the reasons why I really liked yesterday's TFUEL short, because we're near a high right now, right? We're just kind of rejecting from resistance. I took the short right up here yesterday. I thought this is a way better short than the ones where we're trying to short them like down here when they're they've already gotten a couple shorts out of them. Anyway, sorry, what was the next one, Jack?
Yeah, no problem. Getting into the next request, we have the following. It's NANO for Rolly Aban in the he actually wants to look at NANO Bitcoin pairing in particular.
Nani?
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 I could see more upside here. When I look at this, I see a retest of resistance. Turn support. Tell you what, I'm not convinced in this market environment right now. But if we were to break the downtrend or get some kind of firm reaction off of this, then I think it would probably really be worth taking. We just want to make sure we actually get that, 'cause we could just fall through right here and retest this entire area, and it would be no big deal. Yeah, because another way of looking at this is just a retest of support, turned resistance, rejection. So we got to retest the lows here. So I would be cautious, but there's hope here. If we get a bounce from this spot, then it's worth taking to the upside, but only if we get that bounce. Right now, we don't have it yet. It's speculative. It's just a little bit of bullish movement off of one tiny order block for a couple days. It's just, it's nothing yet. What's next?
Right. Next west. All right. What do we have here? It's IQ for CryptoBull21. He writes, IQ making moves today to the upside. All right. IQ.
Okay, this is a EOS token.
Oh, no kidding.
This is the Everpedia token.
Oh, interesting. Everpedia changing up the meta over on their platform, introducing a new token. Something, I guess, presumably to incentivize and reward contributors, editors, etc. Is this what I guess IQ is?
I mean, yeah, it's just. I mean, it's another utility token shitcoin. Yeah. Yes, you have guessed the use case for this. I don't see any reason to be interested. We're trading sideways here. No, this is IQ versus BND. There was a BUSD one. Oh. Yeah, it's literally nothing special. It kind of looks like the rest of our charts.
All right. In that case, are you still drawing? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you are. My mistake.
I mean, yeah, I am, but I'm not drawing anything of note here because you can see that we haven't broken any of the downtrends. Oh, and Jack, I just wanted to make it clear, I'm making fun of IQ, not you, because yeah, you're right. IQ has a very easy to guess use case because it's like 80 other shitcoins. Is what I'm saying. It's like Steam It or just any other fucking thing.
I understand. No, nothing personal. I get it. You're dunking on yet another shitcoin to enter the space.
This came on the EOS Genesis block. This is one of the original tokens. So
really,
this is maybe the only one that has made it. Yeah.
Huh. Let me go look. I'm gonna check into that myself. But with that said, get into the next request. There's a look in IQ for you. The lemon chest gonna open about 15 minutes. Still plenty of time to tackle these remaining requests on the board. David Rice is up next. He wants to look at Cardano USDT.
Okay. It looks pretty shitty, man. Look at it on the weekly. I don't see any reason for us to be in this. As you can see, we're crossing below the weekly baseline. The rest of the market looks like shit. ADA's clearly hanging out at a high. It made a lower high on the weekly. There's no reason to be in it. What's next?
All right, there would be your look at Cardano. Let's get into ETH1's request. He wants to look at BNB.
Looks like everything else, man. I'll tell you, if the market recovers here, then sure, BNB can recover, but most likely it's going down with the rest of the market. I'd look back towards maybe $100, $125. What's next?
Okay, well, we've just taken a look at BNB. We can get into this next request for Stuwalk. Stuwalk over on DLive writes, can we look at TON and MetaHash? All right, what is TON? Is that the Telegram Open Network, or is that another coin? Really? I thought they never launched that, but let's have a look.
T-food.
TON token. The Uniswap jobby from the looks of it.
It's the second one down there, right?
That can't be right, though.
The one that ends in, let's see here, no, that's not it.
It has to be if this is, then it's fucking copy, because this can be the Telegram one.
It's not, and I don't think it is. I don't think that ever launched. With that said, if you go on Uniswap, it's the one that ends in 520A. Got it.
So, I mean, what you're telling me it doesn't exist, or you're telling me it ends in 520A?
And I'm telling you, if you search TON and find the one that ends in 520A, right there, the sixth one down.
Sixth one down?
Yeah, that one there, yep. Missed it.
Yep.
Got it.
Alright, there's no reason you should be trading this. Here is us breaking below support before we, I guess we go to hell. Yeah. I see no reason to be in this. What's next?
All right, big thumbs down to the ton token trade setup right now. What else do we have? We have this meta hash. All right, what exactly is a meta hash? Meta hash is MHC, top trading pair on KuCoin.
This is also very shitty looking. You should be out, especially with this weekly. Looks like an exit pump basically, up into this resistance area. I'd be out, man. I would have been out weeks before. I am pretty sure that you are probably the same person who asked me to chart this last time, because I bet this line is from the only other time I've ever looked at MetaHash. When we broke this uptrend, that was the time to get out, man. As you can see. So, yeah, just keep staying out for now.
Stuak says, I don't think, oh, maybe that's, let me have a look. Oh, you might have been talking about MetaHash. No, I think, or, no, sorry, Ton. No, I think he was on the right one. I checked Ton out. It's, that was the correct,
Hey, listen, if you think it's the wrong one, you bring us the chart. You tell us how to find it.
Yes, feel free to always
you
paste.
Tell us, buddy. All right. Next.
Be sure to paste the contract address over here if when requesting some of the more obscure tokens. But thank you for that request, Stuak. Let's get into the next one. We have DERO. DERO is back on the request line. Any word wants to take another look at DERO?
Well, now we've got an exit signal here. We could pull back a little bit here on DERO, but for right now, it's not enough to really be concerned about. It could just be a retest of support. Yeah, if you're trading on lower time frames, then yeah, go ahead and sell. But if you're on the weekly or the 3-day or something like that, just hang on and chill, man. Yeah. If you've been in since here, yeah, go ahead and sell. If you've been in since way before, I just don't see anything on higher time frames that suggests you should be exiting it. Oh, what's next?
All right, ETH1 just wrote short DERO, so there is one short up. Billy Carr joins us in the live chat as well. He writes, evening fellas, I just played a round of golf today and I won on the nearest pin on the par 3. Happy days. Also had a decent gasoline intraday trade today. All right, win on the green and the win on the charts. Congrats, Philly. Sounds like you he also wrote, this is very shitty looking. You should be out, man. Alex, why are you Ferguson Jr. in trading? Who's Ferguson Jr.? Apparently somebody who gives it to you. Raw. Yeah. Alex, as someone else points out here, Alex has an easy job today. It's all nope, nope, nope. All looks like crap. Alright, Stuak. Didn't mean to hurt your feelings, Stuak. But, you know, this is, Alex, of course, speaks his mind.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is nothing.
Yep.
Watch it burn.
Yeah, watch it burn. That's what you can do.
Alright, as always, we have your best interest in mind, and if the chart does not look like a quality setup, we're not going to mince words here. We're going to give it to you straight. With that said, let's get into the next request. We are less than 10 minutes to go for that D-Live chest opening, and it's Ethereum Classic. Is Ethereum Classic still worth grabbing, asks in my mind MF.
I mean, I never thought Ethereum Classic was worth grabbing. So, presumably, you must be asking about the chart.
It's the real thing.
Yeah, and no, the chart looks like crap, and the chart has looked like crap for months now. It hasn't crossed above the daily baseline once since May. So, I mean, if we could break the downtrend, if we can break the daily baseline, then it might be worth buying. Right now, it's worth buying exactly as much as the rest of the alts, which is not. So yeah. So unless you know something that the rest of the market doesn't about Ethereum Classic, I would just stay out.
Yeah, fundamentally, maybe things will see a shift in the coming, say, 12 months. If Ethereum 2.0 doesn't move to proof of stake, maybe, and I don't actually foresee this, but maybe there will be increasing use case. Maybe much of the mining, maybe other activity might shift toward Classic as a result of the move to proof of stake on Ethereum. But that's really the only foreseeable use, I guess I can kind of see, or narrative that I can see unfold over the next little while. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not really seeing what kind of future Ethereum Classic holds. But there is your look at the chart in my mind. Let's get into Revolution. CELO seems to be a standout performer. Any good reason it is though? All right, so is CELO pumping today or?
I don't know, but if you're asking me a reason, there's not one that I know about.
Let's see about this CELO standout performance today.
That's a nice one.
It turned up.
Yeah, if there's a reason, I don't know, man. And it's way too late for us to take, so not much we can do. As a matter of fact, I would bet you will probably pull back a little here.
Sure, it looks like it's butting up against resistance.
What's next?
All right, well, if anybody made some bank on that CELO trade, congrats to you, but that is your luck. And all right, Zombieologist, my man, sorry for waiting so long, but we got to your NVIDIA request. I saw you post this several times, but we're here. It's NVIDIA time. I want to, of course, look at the tech stock, NVIDIA.
This is showing us a bearish divergence at resistance. So, yeah, I guess I remember looking at this the last time you asked after it. We need to break the $777. If we do, then the next resistance level is it's up near 863. So for right now, keep an eye on the uptrend. If we break it, then it's probably worth buying some puts or something like that. And if not, then it's going to trade sideways. Don't do anything with it.
All right, there's your look at NVIDIA. So let's have a look. I do see your request, Mr. Zilladon. Hang tight. We're going to get to that in just a moment. Let's have a look. Someone writes, it's a nope day. Blackbird987 writes, it's a nope day. Yes, it certainly is. The market is in a spot where we can, in good faith, advocate for non-setups. Let's have a look here. ETH1, I see along. Okay, never mind that one. Casper the Ghost, my man. We don't need this kind of hate around here. I know you might not be getting the hopium up or the moon juices flowing with Alex's TA today, but no means no, so there's no need to be a negative Nancy.
I do like your name though.
Casper the Ghost. Well,
I kind of like Ethereum here. Look at this.
Casper.
Look at that. Look at Ethereum here.
We're hourly? All right.
We're finally getting that pop of the trend. It's been a crazy downtrend on the hourly. Come on, Jericho.
Not clear on Bitcoin, although I do like
Bitcoin looks worse.
I do like the time transformation here, but Ethereum is breaking this downtrend, so it could be that there is a good scalp on the table here, alongside with Ethereum at least. What's next?
All right, off we go into one of the last requests remaining. In fact, let's move this one up one. This one's for you, Christian Zeladon. He writes, hi, what do you think is a strong support buy zone for gold? All right, let's
I think we're on the no. First of all, I already looked at gold, but we're at the level where I would look to be a buyer, and then if this did not hold, then I would just get the fuck out of the way for maybe like 1400 or 1500. Like this entire area is a possibility. Well, maybe like all the way up to there. Like really, this entire area is a possibility. So we have to hold this spot. Like we gotta do it. If we do not hold this spot, then we're gonna end up dead. So yeah, it's either we find support now, or we probably break and head down. So yeah, what's next?
All right, there is your look at gold. Thank you, Christian, for that one. Sorry to keep you hanging. Let's get into... Oh yeah, I'm gonna start stocking the chest now, guys. So I appreciate everyone who patiently waited this Friday afternoon for the big lemon giveaway. In fact, today I'm gonna make it extra generous. If you're still in here kicking it with us, prepare for one mega lemon distribution. All right, let's see here. How much should I put on the CC lemon card? Enough to get Ben irked, but not enough to get fired. What would it take? I see Ben left me with a very generous fortune. He trusted me to keep the CC's lemon stack safe. Alas, it didn't work out that way. Sometimes I break certain promises, so therefore we have to really max out the charge on this current one. So here we go.
2K, huh?
Lemons have been deposited. I do this simply because I think by Monday Ben's back from holiday, which means Ben will probably be taking charge of the chest giveaway starting Monday. So this is probably my last chance at giving out some lemons. So there you go, guys. 2,000 fat lemon stacks coming your way. What do we got next? Get into this final request I still have remaining, and it's from JG over on YouTube. Should we short alts? Question mark. Which is, of course, is kind of a general question to end the show on, but roughly, if I were to summarize, where a lot of charts are printing take profit short signals, not quite prime territory for shorting or continuation shorting.
When everything is down 70% is not the time you start opening up shorts. As a matter of fact, that was one of the things I was bitching about for Maker and some of the other trades. Like, no, I don't think this is a great time to be opening shorts. I don't think it's a good time to be doing anything.
Yes, indeed. That should answer JG's question relatively well. Guys, might not always be the answer you want to hear, but that's why you kind of follow us every day and maybe try and keep up and, in fact, get in before the big moves, of course. Sucks now that alt season has just got cut down by 50, 60, 70, 80% or more. Now would be probably not the ideal time to pile into your shorts. All right, let me look at getting this chest. All right, it's 245, guys. In fact, it's almost 246. So I'm gonna give it another 15 seconds so everybody has a heads up. By the time you hear me giving you the warning, that alert should be appearing on your screen. Get those lemons. In fact, I gotta make sure I collect them myself.
Distributing.
Collecting, baby. All right, fingers crossed. I get a piece of the lemon action today. So let's take a look. Distributing. Still about 13 seconds left in the distribution.
If you win, this is rigged.
Who wins? I'm probably not going
to. If you win, this is rigged.
Well, let's hope not. Distributing. Bada bing. Bada boom. Alright, shoutouts to today's winners. 2,000 plus over 2,000 lemons given away, actually. Crypto Bull in first place with 432 lemons. Blackbird with 248 lemons. Rhino with 180. ETH1, 143 lemons. And Taz Blitz with almost 120 lemons himself. Guys, congrats. Big lemon giveaway today. Glad everyone could get theirs. All right, that's enough of that. Hey, even I got 41 lemons. I must have came in somewhere in the top 10. Here is at least an ice cream back into the pot. All right, time to get back into the action. Well, you know what? The show's going to wind down from here. That was the last request of the day. Let me just double check the chat, see if there's anything that remains of note. I thank everybody for all the lemons coming in now. Can't thank you enough. So now we have a tier list as to who is the most active of the D-Live participants. All right, Stuwak is still here with us. In my mind, Alex1233 and Rhino TD, Blackbird, everybody dropping lemons in the chest. Thank you very much. Jackrabbit, that's a new user. I'll have to check that out. All right, let's have a look at these comments as well. Blackbird estimates the lemon chest to be around $5 billion. It's close, pretty close.
Probably close.
Wow, yeah.
You never know when you will wake up in an alternative universe and still have access to these lemons now valued at actual billions. So it's best not to sleep on it. Claim your lemons. Miracles can happen. It'd be the most valuable cryptocurrency in the space. Yes, even more than Doge. Crypto Bull, chill in the live chat. Yes, it's a very chill Friday, guys. Anyword says, have a great weekend. You guys have a great weekend yourselves. Rhino TD, cheers. Monday, you'll get them back. Well, thank you very much. Our audience is super generous. It's nice that these lemons get the circulation that they do. Tazblitz says, thanks, guys. ETH1, thank you. Alex1233, thank you. Yeah, if you did score yourself a decent batch of lemons, make sure you can always spend it, of course, on upgrading your status to full trader here, or you could even donate, I think, subscriptions. There's a way, if you, of course, have a massive surplus of lemons, you can even give away subscriptions to other users of the live chat who are missing their trader tag. All right, the Splash85 on Twitch writes, thanks again, guys, for a great show. Have a great week. Thank you very much. You too. You guys enjoy your weekend. OG Loco joins us on YouTube. He says, I'm new here. Good info. Well, thank you, OG Loco. Be sure to follow and subscribe. You've kind of caught us at the tail end of the show. We do broadcast live 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Full-time traders, of course, giving you their thoughts on the markets each and every day. You know where to hit the sub button. All right. Lots of thank yous, lots of excited people to get their lemons. Let's see. All right, so Cashper the Ghost. Funny enough, this comment is pretty hilarious. He says, I've been out way before you guys said get out. I'm just saying he doesn't like Alex. Okay, well... Well, that's unfortunate, but if you think that our guys are only saying get out now, look, I'm not trying to turn around the horn. I'm sure a lot of people claim that, you know, they called the shots perfectly, but, you know, we are a group here that's been broadcasting live every day through the bull, the bear market, months on end. I think our thoughts are on record, and I have to say our record, particularly for this last bit of the cycle, has been on point. Much of the calls here have been solid in terms of, you know, kind of calling the top, kind of calling the hedge, kind of calling a lot of activity. I'm not sure if Alex and Jason would agree with me, but I think we've been on point, and I think it's a little unfair to try to say that you guys, I was out before you. I don't know how many people were out kind of before us, so certainly not if you're coming into the chat saying this 8 weeks
later. I
later.
was bearish first. I've been bearish since $12,000 Bitcoin. I'll have you know, sir.
You can't beat that. There's no way you can top that. He was bearish all throughout the bull market. So
yeah,
okay.
To be fair, I did end up calling the 40K top, and I called this entire area just perfectly. But I was wrong here. Around 12K. We got 14K right the first time. We got this low right. We got part of this right. Unfortunately, we got back in here and endured the rest of this. Played this right. We're wrong here, right here, right here, and I'm telling you, I think we're right here too. So, we're not always right, but I think we're right more often than not, and I think we tend to be right for long periods of time at a time. So, yeah. I don't want that I'm perfect and I never get anything wrong, but I think our track record's decent.
Precisely. I think our track record does speak for it. So, Jason, you were going to add something?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I think we get it right more often than not, and that's all you need, right? So.
Yeah, combined with the risk management, the position sizing calculation, and that entire bit of course material that we offer over at premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com, that being, kind of statistically more right, even a little bit more right, say 50-50, can, of course, make a trader put their performance over the top. Just a little. So Casper, funny guy, I do appreciate even the haters coming through the channel. I really don't mind engagement, even critique, but again, Casper, this one kind of lands flat on its face. If you've been a long time watcher or supporter, like many of the comments you're seeing coming in of support in the chat now, we've largely done right, I think, by our audience and by the markets, and of course find that with the proper risk management, and you have yourself a winning recipe, kind of like the one you find at premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com. Learn, of course, how to build your own system. Check out our Pathways to Profits course, become a systems trader, and kind of simplify your life, trading life that is, at least, and figure out how to unlock all the gains that this crazy, choppy, wild, volatile market that swings 10% up and down through 3-day candles. It's absolutely wild. Guys, it's been great kicking it with you this week. Friday edition, this third week of June edition. Has been a great one. Can't thank our audience enough. Can't thank the analysts enough. Alex, of course, on the move this week, so I'm sure we understand. I guess you've been on the go. Alex, thank you again.
Well, thank you all for your patience through the process.
Might be some more interruptions, of course, as you still make your next hop over to PR, but we wish you, of course, all the best with that.
Safe travel.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. That's let's see. I'm gonna read the last couple comments. Actually, what I will do, I will show the, where are we on time? Yeah, 5 minutes still left in the show. I'll wrap it early, but I'm going to show today's poll. Let's get into the poll, guys. Let's do it. Alright, bear with me just 1 second. Here we go. Alright, I have today's poll on screen now. And it's time to do another adjustment. Sorry guys, I have not fully integrated the poll into the ending sequence here just yet. But here we go. Alright. The question again today was, Bitcoin begins to slump ahead of the weekend trading session. What sort of price action do you think the next 72 hours will bring? Answers are Bitcoin moves up in a big way, or Bitcoin goes mostly sideways, or Bitcoin's going to dump with another wave of panic selling. Currently have 17 votes in. Let's have a look. I'm going to vote Bitcoin mostly goes sideways. Where does that put today's poll? Currently leading. Actually, the Bitcoin moves up and Bitcoin's going to dump are currently tied with 28% of the votes each. All right. So currently mixed opinions from the audience, guys. Look forward. Hit that like button. Maybe even leave a comment below the poll. Let us know what you think. Always do appreciate your comments and your support. All right. We'll keep an eye on that poll. We'll see how we go into this weekend with this neutral atmosphere. Next, with that said, this I guess is where we move to wrap. Last but not least, of course, Saturday movie night. Probably gonna watch UFC tomorrow night. Let me just double check. UFC's on tomorrow. Yes, it is. Got UFC Fight Night. Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov. All right. Guys, join us in the Saturday movie night in the Premium Members Lounge. Look forward to having the regulars in there and kicking back, watching another UFC. With that said, this is where we do wrap the show for good here. Thank everyone's patience. Let's wind it down, guys. Final words to our analysts.
Trade safely, guys. Protect capital.
Yep, protect capital over the weekend. I hope it's a volatile weekend, but it might just be a sideways one, so just trade safely.
Right. Enjoy your summer weekend, guys. Monday.
Summer weekend. Goodbye.
Firing up the grill. Cracking the
Yeah,
beer,
I'm gonna make some steaks today.
catch some sun.
Yeah, if it doesn't rain. It's really fucking humid out today.
Wild. Thank God for AC.
Oh, I love
hope you got good AC in Puerto Rico.
They have AC everywhere, man. Like, I'm usually hot. Like,